Hi, lovely people. How are you today? So yes, today's third day of my diary vlog. As you can see, today isn't great today. The weather is awful, it's raining. The temperatures dropped by about 4 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I don't mind about rain, because especially where I live in UK, the weather is so dry in the summer. If you see what the grass turns out to be in the summer, it just turns like a savanna essentially. So yeah, I'm out of my umbrella for my usual walk. I usually don't go for walks on a Friday. Not on a Friday. Actually, today's Friday. It's not. I don't go on walks on Friday. I usually don't go on walks on a walk when it's raining. That's exactly what I want to say. When it's raining. But I promised myself I'm going to make my videos consistent every day, no matter what. So I'm going to try my best. Hopefully there won't be days I won't be able to record, but so far so good. So here I am going for a walk. I'm going to take the opportunity to go to the shop. Yes, so that's what I'm doing today again. So yeah, what am I going to talk about today? Oh yeah, I remembered. So I don't know if you recalled yesterday when I asked for any tips when it comes to, so I'm just crossing the road here, when it comes to running a YouTube account or posting videos, etc. So after the video yesterday, funny enough, I'm telling you, they're listening to us. I went to my YouTube account to upload yesterday videos, etc. There was this vlogger, YouTube, I've forgotten what his name is. I can tell you later on, but I don't think I'll remember, so perhaps I won't tell you what his name is. And he's got some really good valid tips. And to be honest, I should have watched him before I uploaded any videos. Well, I don't know. I should have watched him, but how was I going to find him? Because at the end of the day, I'm sure there are thousands of YouTubers who vlog videos that advise people how to, what to, not to, when to, why to, how to. Yeah, so I watch his videos, really useful. And you all know what happened, right? So first of all, when I was uploading my video from yesterday, I uploaded using my phone. And then he had like 3 upload logos or something like that, or 2 the uploading. And I thought, what is that? Why is he doing that? So instead of me waiting for the videos to finish loading up, I decided to delete one of them. Right? I deleted one of them, then the one from yesterday finished loading up, and then I went back to look at what everything was done, etc. You'll never guess what happened, honestly. Some people need to have some their mind looked at, because mine, honestly, I'm one of those. Well, I deleted the first video that I loaded up. Yep, I did that. So, and what made me feel even more gutted than anything is the fact my first video had 7 views. Now, I'm not going to say that those 7 views were from genuine viewers, because it could be me looking at that video about 7 times. To be honest, I've only looked at it twice, but perhaps I clicked the view button more than I intended. So it could have been me viewing the video twice. But anyway, I like to say in a positive mode, a positive spirit of mind, and I like to say that at least 5 of those views were viewers from the World Wide Web. I'm going to ignore the fact that perhaps it had been me doing it. So that's the first thing. So I had to upload the video from the first day again, and you're gonna still see the videos in the same order anyway, first, second, third day, whatever, because what I've done as well yesterday, my second day of the diary, one of the advice that it gives is the fact that we should wait at least 24 to 48 hours to release the videos to the public. So I thought, right, great, at least I won't have the videos posted in this strange order. So instead of posting the video from yesterday to the public, I've decided to let it sit there for at least 24 to 48 hours. So the first one also is going to be sitting 24 to 48 hours. So I'm going to be releasing them in that order: first, second, and today's video, which is also going to wait for 24 to 48 hours. Sorry, once I upload it to YouTube. Honestly, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's getting windy now. So yeah, that's the first thing that happened to me yesterday. Silly, really, but never mind. Oh, do you want to see where I'm walking today? It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? There's a running cab in my direction, so it's a good job that I decided, to change the camera and to show where I'm walking today. Oh my God, it's so bloody windy. Oh, what else? Oh yeah, there's something else that I've been following up on the news on YouTube, and also just seeing what things are going on locally and in the cities in order to see with my own eyes. I feel that the tensions are getting really high in this country, really high, because with these men that arrive on the boats, they're young, they're strong, and when I went to the shop yesterday, I saw about 4 of them, and honestly, they looked really scary. They did, and there are manifestations going on all over the country. People standing in front of 4 or 5 hotels where these men have been staying, because English people, British people, I'm not English, I'm not British, even though my husband is, and I've come to this country legally. Hang on, there's someone coming my direction, so I'm going to stop talking again. yes, as I said, I've arrived in this country in legal ways. I came here to go to university and then met my husband who's English. We started going out. Then he asked me to marry him. And the deal was, after 5 years of living in UK, we're gonna go back to my country, both him and I. But here I am more than 10 years later, still living in UK. Honestly, my hope's still there. My hope is that I'm gonna move back to my country really soon. But besides that, anyway, as I was saying, tensions are getting really high in UK, and I understand what English British people are doing, because they need to protect their country at the end of the day. And when we have these people roaming on the streets with their violent manner, and they just think that everything is given to them for no reason, just because they're entitled to it, not for no reason, because they feel they're entitled to. And I don't blame you, because at the end of the day, I feel it is the government's fault that is making them feel entitled. So, if it gets really loud here, because I think it will, maybe it won't, it's because now I've gone into the main road. Main road. So you get lots of cars here. Oh, now that I've decided to show you lots of cars here, none are coming. Okay, maybe some are coming now. You'll see. So apologies if it's really loud. This walk here on this side is going to be over soon. Yeah, so as I was saying, let me go back to what I was saying. So tensions are getting really high in this country at the moment, and I fear what may happen in the next few months to 1 or 2 years, because it's scary. I'm scared. Even I've lived in this city for many years, and I've never felt intimidated. I've never felt scared of walking down the street at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. There was even one time I went to work, I forgot to lock my door. When I go home after work, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. My door was flapping because I didn't close the door properly, and then I was like, oh shit, what's going on here? It appears I didn't close the door, but by the way, apologies if I usually work. I did lock the door here. So what happened? What's going on in my house? Nothing. I then realized I just didn't close the door properly. And God, let me cross the road here. Let me pause the video for a second. I'll come back when it's a bit quieter. Right, I'm back. There's some cars to drive past me, but this road here is generally quieter than the other one. So where was I? Yes, so I just realized I didn't lock my front door, and that was fine. People used to leave fruit on the streets with their money box. I mean, houses used to leave like whatever fruits, whatever things they're selling. next to the outside wall, next to the front door. All you had to do just put the money in the money box and take however much you wanted, however much they're selling it for. But now these things don't happen anymore, and it has been changing slowly. Now has changed rapidly. I mean, and that is me speaking, me as a foreigner who lives in this country. I can only imagine people who are from this land, who've been living here for generations. I don't mean 1 or 2 generations. Those who created the culture in this country that made others come here and build a home. And then everything just changed. And it's changing for the worse and worse and worse and worse. And yeah, that's me as a foreigner speaking, who lived in this country for so many years. But it doesn't matter how long I've lived in this country. At the end of the day, this is my land, and I've always followed the rules, the laws, everything to the dot, to the T, everything. And I've always embraced this culture 100%. So if I feel scared of seeing these men, young men, walking around, how do other people feel? Even the criminality in every single city in UK has gone up exponentially. So I think we live in a very worrying world right now, and even me going for walks these days during the day, generally it's fine. Perhaps it's just me being paranoid, but there's always a seed, isn't there? Paranoia doesn't come out of nowhere, I believe, at least. Maybe some psychologists will say otherwise, but in my opinion, paranoia doesn't just stem from nowhere. It must stem from a place of concern. And I'm really concerned, and I'm really scared. I'm really scared for what could happen very soon. I don't know if YouTube will allow me to post this video. I'll try anyway. I just wanted to share with you, as I said to you, this is my daily diary, and this is the 3rd day of my writing, vlogging, or my diary. So this is something that's been keeping me awake at night. Let's see whether YouTube allows this feed to stay on. If it doesn't really mind. Doesn't really matter to me at the end of the day, because I just wanted to express what's inside my heart and my mind. And what I'm trying to portray is the fact that I worry for the people of this land, because at the end of the day, I've got somewhere to go, and they don't. They have nowhere to go. This is where they're born and bred. This is where their family lives for generations. This is where they work really hard to build this country. For example, just an example, my husband's family, his mom's side of the family, is maternal it's a great grandfather, yeah, great grandfather, yeah. I met him, his granddad actually. He passed away, unfortunately, in July last year. I think he was, not sure whether it was 88 or 92. Oh, let me just, this is awful. It's raining. Oh my God. This is turning out to be a disaster. Sorry, as I've said, my videos are going to be raw as anything. I feel even if I knew how to edit, I wouldn't be editing because you get to see everything. Yeah, so I think he died when he was, how old was he? Was it 88 or 92? I'm not sure. That age anyway. So I met his granddad, but he tells me that his great granddad started working at the age of 11 years old down the mines in the north to support his mum and sister, because his dad died and he was 11 years old, and because when his dad died when he was 11 years old, my husband great granddad was 11 years old. I hope I'm making some sense here. Let me just turn the camera because you keep seeing my face jiggling about, so I think it's best if I turn the camera. You get a better view. So also I'll be able to control what you see a lot better than see my face jiggling about. Again, remember, this is a raw video, not editing or anything like that. So yeah, his granddad died. No, sorry, his great granddad died when his great granddad was 11 years old. I hope I'm making some sense. So he had to start working at the age of 11 to support the house, because at that age he became the man of the house because his dad passed away. And he actually lived to a really old age. I think he must have been around 96. I know he's in his 90s. I'm not sure there's 91, 99. I don't know. I know he was in his 90s. He lived until a really good age. He lived well. And I've seen a picture of him, and I'm not sure if you know who Oliver Twist is, and oh sorry, oh my God, this is a disaster. I think I'm just gonna go home. I don't think I'm even gonna go to shop anymore because this is awful. The weather is awful. My phone is getting wet. I'm getting wet. It's windy. So I don't know what I've decided. I could have. Anyway, I'm not even going to say anything. So I've seen a picture of him when he was really young. Must have been like 9, 10. And I think that picture must have been in the 1800s. And then it was him and 2 or 3 of his best friends. And they're all dressed like those young characters from Oliver Twist, you know, with their bow, with their shorts down to their knee, with their high socks, honestly, with their hats. It looked amazing. So, and it's sad to see, and those who live honestly, some people live in this country for so many years, so many decades and generations, who are not native from here. I'm not saying everybody is not native from here. They say that this country's got no culture. What these people don't understand is that this country exported culture, their culture, to other countries, so much so that it's been soaked up. So what people live on their day-to-day lives, the way they dress, the way they speak, what they eat, they don't even identify that as being British culture. Yeah. Even the way a man has to ask a woman in marriage is so funny. A man, the guy has to ask the dad out for a drink, for a walk, whatever, and then the guy asks the daughter's hand in marriage. Only if the dad say yes, that's when he can go and ask the girl for marriage. The girl wouldn't even know. The girl can't even know that he's thinking of proposing her, and that should just stay between the guy and his future father-in-law. Nobody else, not even the mum. Yeah, but unfortunately, what some couples are like. Is that me and my husband? If you say something to one of us, you might as well treat us as one, because we even say, listen, there's no even point for you to ask me the secret of this, because I'm going to tell my husband, obviously I'm going to tell my wife. That's exactly what it is. But traditionally, not even the mom should know of the girl. It should just be between the guy and his future father-in-law. There are lots of things like that, even in terms of food. Food is a shame, because it looks like I'm going through a jungle, doesn't it? So even in terms of food, this country is so rich in food, so rich, that even people from this land, they don't even know the dishes, the amazing dishes that they've got. And it was only my loving food and the fact that my husband's family is always cooked as well. For example, my husband was known to cook as a kid because he's the oldest one, and even though his mom spoiled him so much, he said there were days that she'd get home from work and he's like, Mom, what's for dinner? And sometimes she turned to them and said, today dinner is cook your own. So essentially they had to go to the kitchen and find whatever they could find, they could for themselves some days. And honestly, I appreciate what she did with her kids. Once in a while, give them that responsibility, because all three of them, without failure, they are such a good cooks, right? And they understand British food, because some people think, oh, British food is just fish and chips or Sunday roast. No, it isn't. The variety of food in this country, it's amazing, but and so many people in this country from this land, they have no idea what it is. Notice that as well. Out of diversity in this country in terms of food. What you eat in the north is completely different to what you eat in the south. I mean, not completely different, obviously, but there are dishes that you eat in the north and you wouldn't see in the south. Sorry, my camera was pointing. I don't know where it was even pointing. There's food that you eat in the north and you don't even see in the south, and vice versa. Some days you eat in the west, so you don't see in the east, and vice versa again. And some people in this country don't even know about it. And all of it has disappeared in the past 60 to 70 years. No, it has disappeared. It's been disappearing. And now it got to a stage that people here even got to a stage, now it's changing, I said earlier, the tension is getting high. People in this country, I remember many years ago, these foreigners, tourists, I don't know what they were, students, they're literally ripping off an English person. I don't like you, this, you, that, and I'm just looking at them. I didn't say anything because it wasn't my place to say anything, because I didn't even know them. I just in a different group and I didn't want to spoil my evening. So there's a time where people just rip English or British people off to bits, and they just look and say, oh yeah, they wouldn't say anything. If it had been the other way around, oh my God knows what would happen. Whether it's in their country or in this country, God knows what would happen. But one thing that my cousin always said to me, English people are extremely kind, and they take and take and take until they explode. And once they explode, honestly, everybody's going to have to pack their bags and leave, regardless of whether they're born or here or not. Because I want to use a term, but I won't, in case my video is going to be banned on YouTube. I'm sure it's going to be banned anyway. I hope it does on YouTube. Please don't ban my video. This is only my third day of the diary, and I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to be good. I'm not saying anything that offends anybody, I believe, anyway, because I'm not even offended by it with what I'm saying. I'm brown. The reason I say I'm brown, I'm not black, because I'm mixed race, and I think I don't want to ignore one side of my family and then and admire the other side of the family, take on the others. I'm made of a mixture, and I should embrace both sides of my genes. Actually, I have more than two sides. I'm part African, part European, and part Korean. In case you're interested in knowing what races constitute me, which I'm sure you're not interested, I thought I'd share. Oh, my husband is so funny. When I said to him, it's funny because you mentioned the continent, but when it comes to Asia, you actually mentioned the country. You say Korean, you don't say Asian, you just specifically say the country. And when it comes Europe and Africa, you say African Europe. And I just sort of admit it. I said, oh my God, you're right. And then I stopped for a second, for many days, and I thought, why do I do that? And I tell you, I believe is because for so many years, my dad has always told us that we are part Chinese. And one day, my sister decided to ask my mom, because my parents not divorced, they weren't even married, separated many years ago. I was like 5, and I'm the firstborn, so I'll let you calculate how old my brother and my sister were at the time. I'm going to tell you about the story about my mom and dad, which I don't even consider them my mom and dad. They are my mom and dad because they made us, but at the end of the day, this is a different story for a different day. So the reason I say my mom, my dad, my sister, because I need to tell you who she got the information from, who we got the information from to begin with, and then a conversation. My sister asked my mom, like a couple of years ago, she asked my mom, us kids, we've been hearing for many years that we're part Chinese, is that right? And my mom said, of course you're not part Chinese, no way, you're part Korean. And my sister was like, really? Oh my God. And I tell you what, I love that, because I've been falling in love with K-drama, K-pop, for about 4-5 years now. My favorite K-pop band is BTS. I know, I'm old in age, but I'm young at heart, right? So I've been loving BTS, I've been loving K-pop dramas, and I tell you what I love about K-pop dramas, because it's just nice. It's nice to watch something doesn't have any violence, any nudity, just nice to have a nice chill out time with nothing that make you depressed and make you think about stuff, you know, after a hard day, after what's going on in the outside world. So I love watching K-dramas, K-pop. As I said, my favorite K-pop band is BTS. I don't have any other one, honestly. I don't, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, and I think that's why I specifically say Korea. I'm part Korean. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I'm sure I'm brown. So, and people are conscious of their lives and what they achieve and what they... There's somebody there, so I'm going to stop talking now. Yeah, the guy's still on my left hand side. I think his dog has gone for a swim in a river. And this is the river, if interested in seeing. It's a beautiful walk. By the way, all of this is part of the grounds of the university I attended many years ago, and I absolutely love coming here for walks. So yeah, so as I said initially, I'm brown, and I'm of the opinion, if you try hard, and I tell you what, everybody, even going back centuries ago, whether white, black, yellow, to achieve something, you have to try hard. And if you try hard, you achieve something, and if you respect everybody, you also become a respectful member of the society. And what I don't like this scene these days is people, I don't like this, I hate this blame culture. Blame somebody for this, blame somebody for that, you know. I just hate it. So yeah, I'm going to change the conversation now because I think this conversation is going to be depressing. So it is quite a depressive conversation, isn't it? So it's Friday today. So I want to say, oh, today's 28th, 29, but I won't be doing that because the videos will be out of sync, because as I already said initially, I deleted the first video, so that's where we're at the moment. So I'm gonna post day 1 tomorrow, Saturday, day 2 on Sunday, this one on a Monday, because I'm following the advice of that what YouTuber has given. Upload the videos, allow there, log on private, and then after between 24 to 48 hours, then post it. I didn't tell you why he says that, did I? So he says that because YouTube's got these AI robots that run through the videos to search for any offensive words, for anything like that. They do find that's when they block your video from being posted, etc. And that's what I'm saying, YouTube, please don't block my videos, please, AI, please don't do it, because I don't think I've done anything wrong or said anything wrong, but who knows with so many laws and regulations these days, right? So he says that if we allow the video to sit on private between 28 to 48 hours, we trigger YouTube to believe we are trustworthy people, because essentially we're given the sign that we don't want our videos to be posted. We like to be checked first before it's posted. And that starts building our, what's the word? Oh, a good image. There's a different word I want to use. Yeah. So I ended up not going to the shop. Now it stopped raining a bit. It's not raining as hard. My trousers are wet. So I'm going to cross the road now, go to the other side. Oh, I was going to ask you, I was going to give you a quiz, but I won't be giving you a quiz, otherwise I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna go pause for a second because it's gonna get a bit noisy again. See you in a bit. Oh my god, I just realized something. I realized that I said that my videos are gonna be raw. I won't be stopping anything. I won't be editing anything. And I just realized I stopped my video because of noise, but I did it for your sake. It wasn't for my sake. Because I could have just let the video stay on recording. I could have let my camera recording still. So let me know. Honestly, I won't even. You know, I haven't even been watching the videos once I post them because I know I'll be petrified. I'll feel so embarrassed. So I just post, boom, gone. So when I know there's been a couple of times in this recording that I've gone past really noisy areas. If you let me know, oh, there's a couple in front of me, so I'm going to speak a bit quieter. He's a bit of a hipster, isn't he? He seems to me he's a hipster, and she's a hippie. Yeah, so if you let me know if the noise bothers you. If it doesn't bother you, tell me it doesn't bother us, it's fine. You can't hear the background noise. Your camera is really good. It blocks all the background noise out. That's great. What that means is I will carry on. I won't stop the videos halfway through or just to save you from hearing the noise. Oh, yeah, I just stopped to look at that then because I want to see what they're looking at, so I copy them essentially. So, oh yeah, the other day outside my garden, and then about how many jet flights, because we have a military base here. How many jet flights? It must have been around, let me see if I can recall. Let me see if I can recall how many jet flights there were. Sorry, I started speaking a bit lower because I'm not on my own now. There's people in front of me. I suppose I can start speaking a bit louder now. Yeah, the jet flights flying around, going in one direction. I feel they're leaving the country. How many of them are there? Oh, I'm just trying to picture in my mind. They all did this triangular shaped. They're flying around this triangular shape format, and let me see, I think there must have been around 14 of them in this triangular shaped, and it was scary because the noise, honestly, at that time I thought, my God, is the war going to break now? Oh my God, yeah. So I'm sure they're going somewhere to fight. Honestly, I hate talking about wars because at the end of the day, these young men, they're going to fight in these wars. For example, Ukraine, let's support Ukraine, let's do whatever to rush Ukraine. What people forget, it is young men as young as 15, they're dying, right? And they never had an opportunity to live their life to the fullest. You've got these middle-aged people, old people, people protected in their own country, say they're supporting Ukraine, they're supporting Russia. No. Why can't you just wish the war would just end? Full of story. And people care so much about it's going to win, not going to win. They'll say, okay, Russia, take Ukraine, whatever. As long as young people stop dying, as young men stop dying, and as people stop being displaced from their own homes, we don't care. As long as we live peacefully, no. But people doing that, people because they live in their comfort of their own homes, they don't care. They forget who's actually dying. It is very young men, as I've said, as young as 15. So a whole generation of Ukrainian and Russian young men as young as 15, they've all gone. Especially Ukrainian men, because the population's a lot lower. I tell you what, but the impact also had on Russian population, male population, it is worse. It's not worse. It's also bad. So a whole generation of Ukrainian young men as young as 15 just being wiped out like anything. Also a big population of Russian young men have just been wiped out. And isn't that sad? That is sad. But usually people are they're just stuck in their own worlds. As long as they're comfort of their own homes, they could drive a nice car, there's nothing going on outside their front door, it's fine. They don't really care who's dying, do they? As long as the war doesn't directly affect them, that's all they care. They find support one side or the other. But honestly, I absolutely hate wars. I do. I'm sure everybody does. But I hate it more to a deeper level. I hate wars for a different reason that people hate wars. I hate wars because it's such a waste of young lives. Instead of selecting the young and fit, why do you not select the old, the ones who've had kids? They've also have reproduced, they live their lives. Why do you have to pick up the young men? Anyway, anyway. I move from one depressing topic to the next. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna tell you about my life. It is when I get the courage to, as I've said initially, I'm camera shy, I'm an introvert. That's why I haven't even said my name, or where I live, or what I do for a living, or what I used to do for a living, or what my future and present projects are. But yeah, about my life, I'm gonna tell you when I get the courage in me to tell you, and also about my parents, because I'm not sure if you noticed earlier when I said my parents, who are not really my parents anyway. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. So when I get the courage, I'm going to go into detail about everything. Not in detail, I'm not going to say today this happened. I'm going to tell you how I came into this world, how I was brought up, who I was brought up with, who I was brought up by. Oh, I'm sure you recall this path from yesterday. So yeah, around our house we've got these beautiful fields with horses, sheep, sometimes cows. So it's really nice to come here for a walk. And sometimes when one is here on their own and there are some strange faces around, it can be really scary. Yeah. So one day I'm gonna tell you. So yeah, very funny events. Hopefully won't be happening. But I tell you what, we are in a strange part of our lives in the world right now. Yeah. One thing as well, I can't wait to go away so you can come with me, because usually I go on a holiday on my own because my husband absolutely hates traveling, hates going anywhere. He's such a honesty. He's like, I always tease him. I say like a kid from the jungle. You stay in the jungle, you don't like exploring. And he said, no, it's because I work with work. Honestly, he stopped traveling with work years ago, and that's the excuse he still uses. He doesn't like going anywhere. He doesn't even like leaving the house. To be honest, I'm surprised that he left the house all of this week to go to the office. He only stayed at home today. It's Friday. I'm really surprised at that. All day, every single day of this week, he went to the office because he hates leaving the house. And another thing as well, with his new bike that he bought, has been making him leave the house every day because he loves it. We used to, when I met him at university in our 20s, he used to have his bicycle. He used to cycle around everywhere, and then the bicycle taken away from him. That's a different story. So, and then he bought himself a car, and then that's it. He's been stuck with the car for so many years, and then he'll say, I need a bike, but no buying a bike. But this year he decided to get himself a bike. The bike arrives mid-July, just before we went to Colombia. So he's been cycling every day, almost, yes. So that's been fun. Oh, another thing. I said, was it yesterday when I said I went to Colombia, I went to my cousin's wedding? So we spent a week in Colombia, and then we spent nearly a week, not exactly a week, in Peru. And actually, I won't tell you that today. I'll tell you that tomorrow. Because, yeah, that's a completely different story anyway. I'll tell you that tomorrow. By the way, how am I doing today? Do you feel that I've gotten more confident in recording videos, in my voice? Am I trembling as much? Am I telling the stories naturally? Yeah, I really like your feedback, because, so I can make some improvements. Hopefully, obviously, hopefully I'm going to get better. The more I record, the more I post. But I said I will not be watching my videos. I will not that. I refuse to do that. Because if I watch one of them, I get embarrassed by my voice, the way I look, the way I flinch, the way I move my hands, the faces I pull when I speak. So I won't be watching any of my videos. I will not. I don't care whether they're bad or not. So I'm just going to follow your advice. If you see something's wrong with my video, say, Salvia. You say, listen, just don't do that again. Don't do this again. Just do that. So I'll follow the advice. I'll see what you have, what you write, and then I'll try to follow it through. But no, I will not be watching my videos at all. Especially, you know, I know if I listen to me speaking, it will make me cringe like anything, because, you know, I don't know if you ever heard your own voice. It's like, please don't make me, don't tell me I sound like that. Yeah, so, and I know for a fact I sound like a 12-year-old, which, no. Another funny story to tell. I don't think I've told any funny stories today. I did actually, about me deleting the video, the first day of the video. Another funny story to tell, because people believe I'm a lot younger than I actually am. And obviously, honestly, I think I've aged quite a lot in the last 6 months. Actually, I've aged quite a lot in the last 4 years rapidly. And I'll tell you why later when I get the courage to, anyway, to tell you. But in the last 6 months, I don't know, for some reason, this morning I got shocked. I saw 2 grey hairs in my head, on my head. Saw them, pull them out, don't care. But I look really young, and even this year, no, a couple of weeks ago, I got asked for ID when I went to buy some alcohol. Anyway, so was the beginning of this year, last year, sometime less than a year ago. You know, we got these people selling things, knock on the door, not selling, but register some kind of charity and everything. I open the door, say, hello. He turned to me, say, hi. Is your mum or your daddy? And I said, what? Is your mum or your daddy? They said, this is my house. And I said, I'm sure I'm old enough to be your mum. Oh my God. His face. Oh my God. His face. Yeah. He looks so like shocked. No more. He's not. He's even shocked. His face of disbelief. He couldn't see what was in front of him. There was these 2 seconds pause. Everything around us, pause. No, even a bit of wind. And then he said, oh, I'm really sorry, madam. I thought you were really young. I said, don't worry, I'm not offended. I said, I like when this happens, you know, I take it as a privilege. I take it as a compliment that people still think I'm that young. And then, so, can I help you? I said, oh, sorry, I've got to go. I've got my in-laws in for dinner. I actually didn't have them for dinner, but I would have found any other excuse. Yeah, so I love it. I love it when I get asked for ID. I love it so much, because when I look at myself in the mirror and I see my skin sagging and my wrinkles showing. Yeah. Oh, by the way, sorry, I know I keep jumping back and forth, but like I said, I always say in every single video, these videos are going to be raw, and I'm going to be telling what's going on in my mind. So, because just crossed my mind that perhaps I just crossed my mind, perhaps I didn't tell you, I didn't follow on with the conversation about me being part Korean. Yeah, so me and my love with Korean series and K-dramas. I've actually been to Korea twice. First time was in April. End of March, beginning of April. For 2 weeks. The weather was lovely. I want to see the blossom cherry trees, but cherry, I don't even know, I always get confused. I think it's cherry. It is cherry, isn't it? My husband always sees me, I never know which one to use, cherry or sherry, because I know there's a drink. I think the drink is sherry. Yeah, I think so. And the fruit is cherry. So yeah, I missed the blossom blossomed by just about 1 or 2 weeks. I didn't see not even single one of them. I was really sad because I booked a trip around that time to especially see the blossom. The weather was glorious, amazing. And then second time I went in January this year, 2025. Spent another 2 weeks, and it was cold. It was cold. There are places, the times are minus 20 degrees, and honestly there was this day when it was minus 17, and there was this dad all coated up with gloves, a woolly hat, everything. And then outside around the market area, and then proper outside as well, and then was holding this baby. I'm sure it was this kid, and this kid had no socks, no gloves. I can't remember whether the kid had a hat or not. He might have had a hat. And then his cheeks were so cute, rosy as anything, and the kid was happy as anything, smiling everybody, and he seemed not to be cold. This kid must have been maybe 1 or just less than 1, around that age, between 6 months and 1 year old. Can't really tell how old they are. Yeah, his cheeks were so cute. Oh my god, this kid was so cute. His cheeks were really red and rosy, and then his little nose as well was also red, and just smiling at everybody. And honestly, it did not seem cold at all. I was like, oh my god, incredible how people from cold countries prepare their children at a very young age. It's unbelievable. I'm going to mention my husband's side of the family again. So my husband says that his grandmother used to leave his uncle outside when it's snowing in his pram, his pushchair, leave him outside. One day she left him. She's leave him every day to get a bit of fresh air, get his bones strong and everything like that. One day it snowed. The whole pram got covered in snow. When she went to pick him up, she couldn't even see him because the snow covered the whole pram. And when she got him out of the pram, he looked happy, cozy, sleeping, It's funny. And my husband also says when he was a young boy at school, he said as long as 21st of March arrived, whether it's snowing outside or it's cold or hot, his mum used to put the winter clothes away and the summer clothes used to be out. So from the 21st of March, he used to wear shorts with a jumper, but shorts still. He said he used to get so cold that at school, a school break, he used to squat and he used to squat and put his jumper over his legs, and that's why, in this country, when you go out at night, I haven't been out for so long, clubs and everything like that, you see the girls wearing these mini dresses, tied sleeveless or spaghetti straps with sandals. I don't even mean sandals that cover their toes or their feet. No, like sandals that you wear, like those sandals with straps. He said in the winter with their small handbag. They don't wear any coats. They don't wear coats when they go out. Oh well, not anymore, because I don't think the younger generation these days like going out. I've heard that they hang about places in the gym now. They don't go out clubbing. They don't go out drinking. They don't do anything. Oh my God, I don't know what they do, because come on, when you're young, you have to let the energy out somewhere or other. You know, I don't even mean drinking alcohol, but at least have a bit of a boogie, listen to some music, just to, you know, get you out of the mundane and bad world, just to get you some good energy inside yourself. Yeah. So for example, I didn't start drinking until much older age. Perhaps for you guys it's going to be really young, because depending which country you're listening to. But I didn't really start drinking until I was about 28. Like proper drinking. I mean, because I remember first time had my first glass of wine at a venue. No, a work event, Christmas work event. I had one glass of wine the whole evening, and when I left that event, I felt drunk. I'm not even joking. I was drunk. I felt like I drank 2 bottles of wine. Now it's a different story. Yeah. So I'm now approaching my street. So I'm going to go. It's been lovely to have this chat. And I tell you what, it doesn't even feel like I'm recording or doing anything. It just feels like actually it's been helping me. I've noticed just now it's actually been helping me to tell you what's in my head. It helps me. There's a lot of things I've got to say, you know. Some of them I can only say when I'm prepared, but there's a lot I've got to say and share. Only when I'm prepared though. Yeah, so once again, thank you very much for listening to me. I'll come back to you tomorrow again. Honestly, thank you very much, and have a... Oops, my bird just got stuck in that branch there. Have a good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Thank you. And for those, actually won't be seeing this video on a Friday because we're going to wish Good Friday. Have a nice weekend, but I'm going to still wish you that anyway. So have a good Friday, have a nice weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.